For today's video, I was cruising along on I-25 southbound at regular highway speed, and then all of a sudden, all three lanes just came to a stop. And a few minutes after that, Waze gave me a notification, accident reported ahead. And so I knew something was going on. And traffic did start moving again really slow, but I was kind of looking if it's construction area, so there's no shoulder and there's no way for me to get up there and assist. But then I see the fire department coming up behind me, so I also saw an ambulance heading northbound. So there goes Colorado Springs Fire Department. And so at this point, I know nobody's on scene yet. And so I decided to go ahead and just follow them to see if I can lend a hand. So I activate my amber lights and just follow at a safe distance. And Waze, when it gave me the notification, said that it was about a quarter mile ahead, but you just saw that sign said Fillmore exit 1 mile, and it's just before the exit, so it's actually about a mile away. So it was significantly further than what I was thinking it was. So the whole time I'm following this fire truck, I'm looking behind me looking for that ambulance because I had seen it go northbound. And what they ended up doing was they took a parallel street called North Chestnut from the Garden of the Gods exit. And so they had passed the wreck. I think they saw all the traffic and then decided to take the parallel street, and they actually came up the Fillmore off ramp the wrong way. So they're basically going northbound in the southbound lanes of I-25. And for a while it was completely stopped, and that's because the accident here, it's a single vehicle. It was a small car towing a trailer full of gravel. And so the vehicle spilled all the gravel when they fishtailed out of control. And a bunch of cars, I think, were just kind of sitting there. So the ambulance crew saw that. And eventually people started going through it. But yeah, so the ambulance was able to come up the other way. So it's going to be on the left side, on the fast lane side. And there's the ambulance. You can see him on the left, just left of the fire truck, coming the wrong way. Yeah, so there's the ambulance right there, just got on scene. And the vehicle is actually now in the median, so they were able to get themselves um, at least out of the lanes. So kind of a chaotic scene. So we're blocking the fast lane in this construction zone. So I go ahead and start putting out cones just for scene safety. I leave plenty of room so that whoever else is coming, additional fire vehicles or the police, have an area to park behind the cones. So I repositioned a little bit just to give myself more cushion between the taper that I created with the cones and my vehicle. So check in with the fire department, see if they need any help clearing debris or anything like that. They were a little worried about all the gravel that was in the roadway, but as people started driving through it, it kind of basically bounced off the road and got all spread out. And you can see the skid marks, so that's from the vehicle towing the trailer. And I guess, the load just started like fishtailing, and it kind of, when the tail wags the dog, the load in the trailer took over. And so he ended up facing the wrong way. So I helped the fire department clean up some, parts, car parts, and just minor debris. And then at this point, we're just waiting for the police to arrive to make their report. So he was shaking up, the driver, but he did not end up being transported. He was able to actually drive away. And so here, Colorado Springs Police Department is arriving on scene. And they actually pulled in behind me, which, I tried. So the officer comes up, assesses the scene, and basically decides that she just wants to get the road clear and do her report at the next exit. So I repositioned my vehicle just to make my lights a little more visible because I had the officer behind me, and this just spreads the three vehicles out a little more, so that way, you can see all the vehicles a little better. So she talks to the driver, make sure that he's okay to drive, and comes up with a plan to get the vehicle turned the right way. So myself and the officer, we step out into the road, block all lanes, and let the driver slowly back up. And he was pretty nervous, pretty shook up after this, but he was able to, with the help of the fire department guiding him, get the vehicle back out of the median with the trailer and get headed in the correct southbound direction. So that's basically it. At this point, all I need to do is pick up my cones and stow them back in the bed of the truck and clear the scene. And so the officer had given instructions to the driver to pull off on the Fillmore exit on the shoulder. And so she follows him out there, and then the fire department clears the scene. So total time for me on the scene was about 15 minutes. And I'm off to my next customer. All right, well, thanks for watching.